we'll get right into it. I mean, you can tell it's kind of for my platform. I'm sure everybody know where you from, but kind of like just a little background on where you from before we get started.
Vallejo. I'm from North Vallejo, College Park area, and yeah, you feel me? Born and raised out here. I moved to Vallejo when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I've been out there ever since.
Okay. And College Park. So this where you be doing them your backyard?
Come on, yep.
This where you be doing the backyard boogie, ain't it?
Come on, in North Vallejo.
How that been working out? Like, I know you need security now, all kind of shit.
Lovely,
I'm sure,
man. It's getting bigger and better each time.
And it's just your backyard.
Come on, we just in the backyard chilling. You know, it's funny. We was watching Above All dropped a doc recently, and they had a shot in a doc where it's a drone from the neighbor's backyard to mine, and we got to like see it in a way I usually be on stage, right. So I don't get to see it like that, bruh. That shit is monumental. Yeah,
you don't get to see how lit it is, none of that.
That shit crazy. From that shot, it's just like, damn, bruh, this many people in the backyard is crazy.
And so when did you start doing that? Like, when did you first start?
June 5th was the first one. We did one for my mom's birthday.
June 5th, 2022?
Yep.
And how was the turnout then versus now? Or was it
incredible? Yeah, it's been popping since the first one. We haven't had one yet that was a miss. They all just been energy, big crowds, and yeah, each one has just been an accomplishment, a success.
And for the people who don't know, like, is it invite only? Buy the tickets?
Yeah, so how do it go? It's offer based. It's invite only. So you got to make an offer. We got a platform called Whatstba, black owned tech.
Whatstba?
Yep, Whatstba, and basically, it's the first offer-based ticketing platform. So you go through the platform, you make your offer, it comes to us. We either accept it or not. Okay. We can only accept so many. My backyard is only
I was
going
to say, what kind of backyard?
Thousands of offers, but yeah, it's real simple process. The same as ticket buying anywhere else, but it's through some shit that we own and we created.
Okay, and do y'all work with other artists? It ain't just you. Like I'm saying, like just say I had a backyard, whatever. I could come through y'all and...
Like a backyard tour?
Yeah, like just say I had whatever I had going on, like how it's offer based, right? Mm. So just say somebody else, another artist got something that they want to do offer based. They come to y'all and y'all charge a fee.
That's exactly what we building right now. I'm basically building this tool so every fucking artist.
So you the guinea pig of this.
Exactly, right? So we building it out and seeing how this shit work, but eventually the goal is to open publicly. So every artist, not even just artists, just event planners.
Yeah, anything that's selling tickets.
They'll be able, exactly.
What about so eventually this shit gonna go public one day? How do you invest in this shit?
Come on. Hey, right? Getting on that front end. So basically we going through rounds of investment right now, and what I'm doing is a similar way that I do music. I'm allowing people to invest for a % of return on the things that happen within a span of time. So say
few shows
right. So I'm going to be allowing people to invest in my show. So if it's a show in particular that you like, bro, I think that's going to be crazy. Let me put this amount in exchange for this % out of the revenue. Right. We're going to start doing deals like that. So it's going to be a new way of even investing in shows and into touring.
Right, that's gonna take over, man. You gonna make way more money off this shit than rapping.
Oh, bro, for sure. And that's the wave. Like my thing is like getting that passive and that income that you ain't really. Passive. I don't have to
that's
look
what it's
at
about.
It, bro. It's
ever.
Coming,
you can stay asleep the whole day. The next day,
I can waste the whole day and that shit coming
passive.
in.
That's what I tell him. I tell everybody. Like my whole goal is at the end of the day, passive income. Man, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Nothing. Man, we were just talking in the car, like, you know, having songs and being a feature on a song that goes or just anything, a part of that is like you getting paid just to be here.
That's
you
it.
Feel me? Like at a point, I remember I seen this interview, Brent Faiyaz's manager had given like a dude a song with Brent featured on it that's like a gift for letting him use studio and shit. And that nigga make like
way more than he was gonna make off that one studio or however many studio sessions.
Just being there of assistance, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up. So when you do, the regular rounds of investing, how y'all gonna do that? Y'all might don't need it because you'll be in growth.
What I want to do ultimately, I don't want to do like the rounds through like VC and shit like venture that capital, because this is untraditional style of funding. Like I'm really trying to get people to understand like the power of equity and back end, and instead of having to like lock somebody up for 25 years, it's like, well, let's date on these 3 things or this one thing and see how we both like it. So that way people don't have to pour a ton in fast, but they also can give you enough to do your Dougie. You feel me? So this one, I feel like it's just got a better trial run. You can invest in one show and see how it looks before you have to commit your life to
the company, to the whole entire company, because companies go through phases.
Companies go through phases.
CEOs get fired. I get it.
Exactly. You feel me? Like you should be able to do.
But this like a new kind of. I don't think I ever heard of this kind of.
Of course not. Come on, man.
I don't think I ever heard of this strategy. This is a different kind of strategy. I'm definitely, let me know with the investment part. I'm with that. So I invest in any show it is, because the technology that's going to be built around this and
we've really figured out like a new formula, new wave. Like the Empress show generated 27,000 off 350 tickets, and it's like, bro, that's the way that shows should look for artists that are of value and prominent and giving people experience.
Like, it's the experience.
I don't think I'm worth a $5 ticket. You feel me? Like I don't know what I'm worth, but I don't think it's that. So you feel me? Like you're able to really just
place their value on it.
Right? Because we go through, like, I fly out trumpets and violins and video, all this shit.
The shit that they don't see behind the scenes. There's a lot that go into this. Yeah, because you, like you say, you fly out, you giving them a live show. It's like some Michael Jackson type shit.
My pops is cooking, Momo, you feel me? Like that. People don't understand how much goes into it for you to just enjoy 2 hours of your day. You know, like a lot of shit has to go on behind it, and artists don't make no money on to, like, they getting fucked over. But we doing, you know, all artists don't give that level of experience. But someone like me, bro, it's like I was losing. Like I was winning because I got people coming out, but I was losing monetarily because it's like I'm feeding everyone I'm doing. Bro, it was whooping me.
right. I get it.
It was spanking me.
That's how, you know, when you the boss, you get paid last. You the real kind of boss.
If
you
get paid,
the real, you pay everybody else, and it might not be too much. That play look kind of funny at the end, but that's how it go when you build it. When you got a vision and you understand what you're doing. You understand where you're going. So I get it. But yeah, that model is gonna be adopted. You know, that's gonna be adopted by the rest of the.
Bro, and that's what we want, you know, like the blueprint is laid so someone else could follow it.
Trademark, copyright, patent, whatever it is. Because that you talk about passive income, you'll never have to do nothing again. Don't you know
bro?
I don't give a fuck if it's Madonna. I don't
move a finger, and they get billions every year, and that's always the goal, like to be resourceful. I feel like when you feel a need and you're of use, that's just what comes with it. Like, bro, they're gonna have to make up a new amount. You feel me? Like. But that's how that shit should be. Like, we creating innovation, the new way, the future.
The future.
It should be that way.
And I'm glad it's based right here in the Bay.
Come on, ain't everything?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ain't everything?
Man, Silicon Valley is here.
This was supposed to come out of here, bro. But now it looks different. You feel me? It ain't coming out of Silicon Valley, and it ain't got a white face.
No, it don't got that at all.
It look a little different this time.
It don't got that at all. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm definitely interested in anything got to do with that, like that black tech, all that type of shit. That's the way. That's the new way.
Bro, it's the new wave. And it's so, like, dope to see. Like, I just be honored to be able to be in the meetings and, like, have valuable input and have, you know, the people around me in the meeting, and they're providing, like, they're building the future. My team is helping cultivate and build the future of tech and music and artistry, all this shit.
And especially for a profession that we done been robbed so much. Like, I was gonna name this shit for real. My name for this show was gonna be Reparations for the Culture. It's just it's so long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a long ass word.
When it's great, they gonna say it.
Right. You right about that.
When it's great, they gonna say it still.
You right about that. Me? But that was like, because that's kind of, it just bothered me. Like, I didn't watch since now. I got the history on it because I've been around. So I didn't watch so many artists, not just Bay, but for sure here. I didn't watch so many of them.
Spanked.
And then like now you see them now, it's just like,
Spanked.
And it's like if they just had one piece of their business together, they'd be all right. That might have changed it. Their daughters went to college. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, that shit is it's so back then was a point that has so much inaccessibility, which is an excuse because the nigga who want to know is going to go figure it out. But compared to now where like a nigga can get online and scroll and see me talking about it immediately, it's different back then than when it was like, no, you had to go read or you had to go pay to talk.
Sure.
Master P had to pay to talk with a lawyer.
To pay for that lawyer, Michael Jackson lawyer.
You can get online and go to the page and it's like, oh, don't do that. I just seen, you feel me? The accessibility was different. And them niggas got spanked for it. Like they really hid information and they got spanked.
They did. And so my thing is like, I want to at least, I can't get you back what you missed. But in doing a platform like this and then influencing like just the youngsters, a lot of the youngsters, like I could tell you're an artist. So I know you studied your history of the people before you and all that. Like that's clear. So like the other young artists need to understand kind of like where they sound came and piggybacked off of. But in knowing that, you might do a show with an artist who, of course, he can't afford you now, or you might do a verse with him or something, but that might kickstart his career. Now he back getting some of this money.
Right.
That they the pioneers, That's like the retirement for a rapper, you know what I'm saying? But it's like
and that's what I love about what we're building. Like we're building things that I feel like work across generations, and I feel like my formula works a bit more for the OGs.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Snoop Dogg was to do like this Play With Even I just did with the album, or even an offer-based show,
right?
Because like Snoop has a different report. Like bruh, it'd be way bigger than that Ticketmaster deal.
Definitely.
You feel me? Like we grew up on that shit.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people grew up on that.
And if he providing food and land, hey, we gonna put that together. We're gonna say it here first,
Snoop.
man. Snoop gonna do the offer-based show with us on
and then come here after that. Come here after that, Snoop. We gonna tag the fuck out you.
Run that
the whole
line.
Bay Area better tag Snoop in this motherfucker.
That shit would be it's gonna be great. And it's all finna happen. You feel me? I feel like we've been building all the right connections to do things like this.
Right.
And everybody's kind of watching and just waiting. Like people want to be a part of this shit, which is really beautiful.
All it takes is that one.
Come on.
That one. One of them do it. If Snoop do it, it's over. The floodgates is gonna open. Ticketmaster gonna call you.
Hey, what y'all niggas doing over there?
Ticketmaster gonna call.
Y'all fucking up the money.
You know what they gonna say. You know if you can't beat them, join them.
Join them.
So how can we be of assistance? You know how it go.
Hey, and that that's a beautiful thing you said. That was a mindset flip for me, right? Because we always look at like the predatory mindset, like they want to eat you, but they can also just want to eat with you, which would be beautiful. You feel me? We fuck with y'all. We just
come.
we fuck.
Just make sure that everything is right.
Hey, you feel me? It just gotta always make sense.
That's
you feel
it.
Me? Some of these companies
the back
be
end
non-ethical, right? Not just the back end, just like the what do you I mean, like what are you doing it for? You feel me? Like that shit really matters because you can always see in a company sometimes when it's like it's a money grab. It's not really about the culture or anything, which I feel like what we doing is like this shit is heavily cultural driven for me. Like I hate the fact that I know what it's like to go do shows and take them L's and have to come back home in a van feeling away after a successful show.
Right.
So it's like I'm really trying to change that for niggas after.
Right. Yeah, that make for the culture. That make a lot of sense. But like I see that meme all the time. I don't know if it's a meme or but it's talk about how Blockbuster had a chance to buy Netflix or even invest in it. They just wanted to invest in it. And they didn't. And they put them out of business.
Them niggas nuts. Hey, shit on them. Hey, that's what. I just said that in the interview. I'ma shit on you. That's what happened. We're gonna put you out of business.
So Ticketmasters better start doing their research.
No, that shit. What they do is just fuck. Bro, it fucks up the artist. Like, I was just looking recently for Rod Wave tickets because I'm like, bro, I fuck with that nigga. I want to go see it, and I went to go buy the tickets. And the fees were almost as much as the ticket. It was like, bro, I'm not doing that. Like that shit is they taking away from his base and like the niggas who want to go because it's like, bruh, how y'all gonna do that?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah,
like
y'all
that.
out of pocket,
Especially if y'all already getting a piece of pie from everybody's show. Why is it so high? You getting everybody's shit. You don't have to eat this much.
It's that predatory shit you talking about.
Right, bruh. They kill so Rod Wave. If you see this, man, I'd love to come to the show. I'd love to come to the show.
Send a ticket or something.
Fucking you off, bruh.
Get with the new program. It's coming soon.
Hey, what's TBA for the next tour run? Come on.
Yeah, that's what they need to do for real. Like, it benefits them more both ways, though. Like you said, they real core fans.
Bro.
Get in touch.
That's the thing, like, bruh, if this was an offer-based show, I would have paid more for the ticket just because it's like, bruh, I really fucked with. There was an album that really sat with me, and it's like, bruh, I know what it's like to have to go on that stage. I would have gave you more. You feel me?
And you feel better knowing it's going to him.
When it's a forced price and like you have to, it's like,
because you know it's not that he's not getting that also.
Right.
So it's the difference when you know it's going to that artist and you feel better than knowing these fees is being ate up by some company that, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, like you said, if it was offer based, yeah.
Sheesh.
Have you worked with Rod Wave?
No, I haven't.
Shout that out too. But tag Rod Wave, motherfucking ass.
I haven't met him or nothing, but I'm excited to. I would love to.
Yeah, tag. He should be meeting you soon.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna tag him on this shit too. We gonna tag everybody with this shit. But yeah, I was gonna ask you that. So, like, who else? I ain't seen you. Have you did something with Simba?
I haven't.
This is crazy.
We do have a track together, but we gonna work on like more shit. But we really just be cooling on just fuck what you do. You
right.
Know what
Man,
I'm doing.
Fuck that. Y'all gotta.
Yeah, and most of my relationships with like artists is like that. Like it's seldom I'm trying to do a track or I want to work and do music. Like I really create music kind of alone in my own section. I don't really collaborate much in terms of that. I just fuck with niggas who like doing they shit. I just be riding bikes and shit.
Right. Okay, that make it. So who you listening to? We gonna go Bay Area, but we gonna go outside the Bay Area too. But just in the Bay Area, who you kind of listening to right now? Who you feeling?
Me, I don't really listen to I don't consume much music. I
think I seen Lil Wayne say that shit before.
Yeah, I don't anymore. Like I used to when I like worked and shit. I used to listen to a lot on the way to work and moving around. Sometimes I listen to shit on the plane, but I listen to me on the plane. Like I got new music. Yeah, I don't really consume too much else, which I think is a benefit too, because I don't really make a lot of music that sounds like anything else kind of being made.
I think I seen that. Somebody said they was like, they can't be influenced by like what's going on right this moment, so they feel like their music be more timeless.
Right.
Because it's not these outside things, you just coming from the heart.
It's current. We was in the car and one of my songs was on, and in the song it says the crackers stormed the Capitol, they wildin', and it was like, oh shit, I know when I wrote this song. Like that's what was happening at the time. It's reflective of like life. That's how music should be. I know exactly what that means. If you was alive, the crackers stormed the Capitol.
You know exactly what that means. When Trump was, you know exactly what that means.
Right? It should be current, like just a reflection of what's happening in life.
Right. That's how I always look at it. Like music stamps time. Right. You can remember what song was on when you went to the prom. When you drove in that car, you can.
Right.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
some songs that take you down a. Hey, nigga, you end up in this space like, like you know, like, bro, there's songs that really do that shit. They are time stamped. That's why it's so important to just. But then again, I mean, the trash is a time stamp too. It's
right.
Bro, this is where
all of it. It's just a whole as a whole. That's why music is so powerful, I think, because it gives you a feeling that probably a lot of things can't. Nothing else do.
Man, music says everything that you can't say.
Exactly.
Right. That's it. All the shit you can't say, music does it.
Okay, so I got to ask you, what was that moment you knew, like, I know you probably, if you confident in what you do, I could tell you was confident. Even when, I don't know how long you've been rapping. I think I did that, and I posted you in 2019. You had the noose.
Yeah.
That was the
20 shots.
Yeah, that was that.
Sheesh.
So, what was the moment when you knew, like, I'm blowing up. I'm fit to blow up. This is it.
Field Effect, that first Field Effect album, just the response was just different. Like the response was different. My parents was like, you know, like bruh, like they have been music connoisseurs forever. You feel me? Like they know what's a good song and what I don't really fuck with that. And you know, just their response and the neighbors and just outside. You feel me? That was the first project I made where I heard people like playing it in their car just en route. You know,
right? That's when you hear shit driving down the street and you hear yourself.
Right, and it's like, oh shit! Like now it's finally getting to that point again, bigger where we'll be en route and it's like, hey, bro, that's my shit, you know. And I feel like that's just constantly amplifying. But Field Effect was definitely that moment where it was like, bro, you could do this if you do this. You feel me?
Right. And that just the positive reinforcement. It make you really dig in because now, when did you get that first check to know? Oh yeah, this is it.
The check ain't coming until just like last year. Honestly, man, boy, we've been doing this shit checklist for a long time, you know. But I was getting a lot of affirming messages from the universe that I was going in the right direction, but it wasn't coming in the form of a check yet. But I was always able to like stay afloat and get back and be able to invest. You know, like every time the bank account hit red, some dropped in. And it was like, here, nigga, let me get you know.
God did that part,
right? Yeah. It was always one of those where it was like, bruh, every time I hit the red, man, some come.
Right, because you know a lot of people don't understand the fame and that shit come first. The check come a little bit afterwards. From what I noticed, like you'll be famous. Like I seen somebody talking about it.
It's opposite, I guess, kinda, but it's a bit opposite too. Like when you doing it this long way, like when you do it the viral way, the fame comes first. Right. But when you doing this long run, neither of them really come, you know, until like, bro, we just now getting checks and we just now getting, you know, like known as well. Like they both come really slow. Neither beat one another.
Right, okay.
But in that viral way, yeah, it's like you go viral in a day and you famous, but you broke, you still in a project, right?
Right, and then that's when I seen like, I don't know who interview I was watching, maybe Mace or Cameron, one of them, it was between them, but he was just saying like, they see you on TV, they like, oh, you made it. So they start thinking,
that's what
the people around you start thinking.
That's what happened when a nigga like just does it for you and you don't slowly like climb, you feel me? Like,
that organic.
When you with a label and a machine, right, they could take you right out the hood, do this video with Cole Bennett and get you one song, and the next day the entire world knows you, right? And that's instant. Like they have that power to do so. But yeah, when you getting it the slow way, that shit is opposite. It's opposite. It's coming a lot slower. But yeah, bro, they really have the power to do that shit, which is crazy.
Yeah, because it makes you think like
that shit could fuck your head up. Like I've been doing it the slow way and it's been fucking my head up. So I could only imagine what like
overnight.
You wake up and it's like 1 million, and it's like, bro, that was my first, and it's, bro, that shit go fuck your head.
Right.
Hey man, I hope Ice Spice is doing well, or whatever she's doing in life. Yeah, I know how intense that could be, man. I hope you're well.
Yeah, that's intense. The only thing you can do is probably try to book some shows fast as fuck, huh?
And depending, right, if it's one of those type of opportunities, get as much of that shit as you can.
Got to.
Before it goes,
shit got to catch up.
Hey, go get as much of that shit you can.
Yeah, that shit got to catch up. So I seen, I think it was an interview you was doing, and when you said you made all your people, your team, I think executive producers. What did you make them? How did you?
I gave everyone a split, so I made everyone a shareholder in the equity of like albums, projects. So from my first album to my 21st, there's just different. My pops, my mom, my daughter. There's just different people that own equity in these projects
at different times. Like your mom might own album number 3 with you.
At different times and at both times.
Okay,
so there's some projects everyone has a stake in because it was just I was like I want all my niggas to always have a percent, and then as we graduate, there's like some niggas have in because they did some amount of work in it, and then some have in because they was there doing that amount of work. Usually based on that, like my pops. He gets a percentage of everything because we use his estate.
Yeah, it's pops. He made you. Me, right? That's a stake right there.
It's just sporadic and spread it, but all of my homies have equity in something of mine. So it's like no matter what happens in the next 10 years, like everybody gonna be taken care of.
Right.
You know, because they have a percentage in several things that we produce that either I created or we all created as a unit.
And how do you put that in a contract? How do you set up an LLC to do that, or
no? I just when I release music, right? I just give them a split, and that's just something that I'll never take away. I mean, I never needed a contract for it. It's
right.
If I become immoral one day and take away splits, then I'm sure the universe will deal with me.
Right. But no, what basically I was just saying, like when you set that up, it's basically set up on its own by
it's just automated through the computer. So each distro has a system. You get to enter your amount. They fill their shit out. They get a portal, and it's just
right. That's what I mean, like that. So you don't have to every time. It's not this.
Yeah, no, I don't even have to touch it. Yeah, I don't even have to touch it.
And this is set for all albums. Just how you do it. This is how you do it.
No, each album. Yeah, this is how I do every album though. But each album has different splits. So like the recent album we dropped, I gave out over 275 splits to people who purchased the album before it released.
So you give it to fans too.
Man, we get that shit away. Man, we giving that shit away.
Giving back.
If I like you, I'm gonna give you something.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. This platform is finna.
Yeah.
It's the people I know they mad. The greedy people. They like, oh man, he fucking
he got
game
one.
Up. Yeah.
He got one.
But
I love it.
But the fans, they gonna power that way past anything anybody could ever hate on.
It's just like, bro, any percent. It's better than no percent because niggas support music that they get nothing from. You feel me?
Absolutely
like this is the
nothing.
first time ever you can play some music and it benefits you.
Right.
We supported music our entire life and got nothing from it. So
a lot of times bad advice.
Like nigga, I'm making some money just to listen to music or, and go about your day. Like that's just a beautiful thing. And it was long overdue. This is how shit should be. He's about to direct videos. He should have a percentage in the shit that he helped create.
Right.
That only makes sense, you feel me? And it's like, bruh, this is how he's going to be able to grow the brand. Like when niggas have equity in the shit that they building, they can only get bigger because now they're going to start getting payments to keep applying. Like I'm sure he going to use his royalties to just go buy more shit. Right. It's in everybody's benefit. Mm-hmm. As a fan, the fans who get their royalties, they going to come to shows, they going to buy merch. It's in everyone's benefit, you feel me, for everybody to win.
Right. That's how I feel. That's what this is for. Like I'm trying to create a platform that not only the Bay, but just, everybody who touch it, everybody who I come in contact with it. That's why I called it the SelfMade Network. That was my clothing line and all that shit anyway, SelfMade Society. But
come on.
But
that's the logo?
Yeah, that's my logo.
That's him.
Yep, that's we did good actually with that shirt.
The white crew neck.
Yeah, I got you.
We need it on the white crew neck.
I got
that's
you.
Hard.
Yeah, but the whole concept of it is like just say right now, look how he just met you. He gonna probably do the same for somebody one day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like I said, I had Vaughn up here. I done had Blast the Bug. I had a lot of people up here. But each one come and they be having their own set of game, their own set of connections. Like shout out Vallejo Ken.
Yeah.
Like Ken came first. That's my childhood friend. He came first. I did it. So I'm like, I'm gonna kick it off with you. You in that lane. You been behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So when we went from there, he brought a dude with him, Lee Ferris. Lee Ferris do merchandising, and he been doing shit down there in Atlanta for DJ Drum and them, but he from the Bay. Youngster, like 23 or 4. I interviewed him too, though. But just saying that to say, like, Lee was doing the merchandising on a tour with G-Eazy. He said, the lowest night he seen them make was $85,000 off merchandise. He said the normal nights was like 200 bands. Merchandise. They on tour. This is the tour. They toured. Hey. I said, how long was the tour? He said the tour was a few years, like a year or two.
Hey, Right. No, merch really is that avenue in that lane. That's where people get to really be one with you. It's like, bro, nah, these my niggas, and you get to rock it, bro. It's really that lane.
And it's just like all these different people, they bring a different expertise, a different whatever. So I just be hooking them up behind the scenes.
Beautiful. Love it.
Y'all connect. He into that, like I said, this Vine watch.
Hey,
I'm like,
dog life. Hey, it's gonna get real in the next 6 months.
That's good. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see it.
Love it.
Well, yep. So that was kind of the back story for the platform. You know what I'm saying, in the first place. Then, like I said, like I told you off camera, that the documentary, I ain't gonna say too much. I don't want to steal my idea, but like it just bothered me. That shit bothered me, man. When we had that, that versus.
Right.
It bothered me because we need more for everything we done did.
I don't know if there's too many regions that have more. Like that. I think that's beyond. Besides New York and Atlanta, they have where they could do multiple gens, but there's not really too many other regions that has it that way. You feel me?
Region or cities? Region.
Cause we like ours is like what other region has it where you could do multiple
versus?
Yeah.
Well, shit. If you just go, sometimes cities, Miami can do a couple. I'm saying we only had one. This is big down here. San Jose got 1 million plus by itself. Like it's big. That them states ain't that big. That's so I'm going off of numbers wise. You think about it, like they don't have the.
Damn.
They not that big. You know what I'm saying? But just think, like Atlanta can do 1 million of them now.
Right.
New York can do.
What is that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe it'll get to the bottom of it, but.
Intriguing.
Like, what is it? Even Master P told you he came down here and soaked up a lot of game. He came down here, did a lot for the culture, but then it's like.
That's so interesting.
I've been trying to figure it out. Because it's like everybody was ascending, and then it's like, I don't know if it's our culture, I don't know if it was our mentality that scared it away. I don't get it.
Right, we didn't really get a
niggas died too.
Yeah. Well, a big thing of it, I think I can say from me, what I was looking at growing up, when Tupac died, that took a lot out of, because he had shined the light. He had shined the light, like people like Sebo, Richie Rich, all of them they was going this way because they own that album. All of them is on the All Eyes on Me, and he always kept reaching back to the base. So maybe that would have, one person cracked.
Nah, because the tie should never be on one. It man,
shouldn't,
right? Because it's a collective effort. Man, that's an interesting thing. That is something to.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a wave, right? And we just been here for a little bit. But if you look at now, like the Raj is me, Simba.
Yes,
you have more that Nev. I love.
Oh, it's for sure coming now.
Yeah, right.
How did we get a 30-year break, a 20-year? Nobody got a break like that. Even they said, you see New York, they still be popping them out.
Right.
Like,
you never know when that tide gonna come back.
You don't.
You never know when that.
But
tide
the thing that's
so
back. Interesting to me, like I'm a numbers person, right? I pay attention to numbers. I just looked up and say we got like 39 million people in California, right? So the thing that got to me with this is like we can support each other over here alone, and that'll outsell them supporting us somewhere else. Just alone.
And I think that's partially what does that too. Like when you blow up in a bay, you don't necessarily have to get better, right? Because you could literally have a.
See, now we're getting to the bottom of this.
By just making whatever you make, you can keep
making
getting
that. To the bottom of this.
Keep getting your money. Like we have one of those regions where you can constantly, bro. You literally can go up to Santa Cruz, Santa Ana, San Diego, Los Angeles, Oakland, San Francisco, and do them 6 or 7 shows each year, and just as you get bigger, that show get, you feel me, and you could get your money. Right? It's one of those places where like you don't have to necessarily move out of unless you want to be a superstar.
And I think you're hitting it. See, this is
region.
From me researching this to myself, just for me personally looking at it, I be having these conversations with people. You kind of hitting it because it was a point. The Bay Area independent scene was so strong. Like you see E40 talk about in his old raps, everybody. Like Mac Dre, he putting out how many albums a year?
Hey, nigga,
at the time.
To the money.
But think about it. Even if he's only selling 30,000, 20,000 each album.
Listen, and this is why niggas should not rely on streaming and still sell albums. Like, bro, you gotta wait 3 months to get money off a project you just dropped. Them niggas was selling CDs. That's what we doing. We selling CDs. I'm not finna wait 3 months for streaming when I can sell a CD, nigga.
Right.
Like,
right.
Bro, like they want to hear the music here and right here. Like that should be the way, and that's why 40 and them niggas was having it, cause he'll sell 10,000 copies. Nigga, they was $10. That's
right.
100,000. You niggas waiting for streaming to make a penny.
And he gonna do this 5-6 times a year.
And I'm dropping 5 albums, 100K off each. Bro, like that's the way it should be. And that's where this
that's what they used to call it.
Is beautiful, because it's like, bro, you can support me for the minimum amount possible. All I'm asking is support me. Right? Don't make me rely on a third party and on streaming if
right.
you love my art. You feel me? Like, I don't give a fuck if it's $1.50.
Right, $1, $5.
It's that support. But the thing is, like, bro, you sell 3,000-4,000 albums, and it's like, okay, now you're making good money off your art. You can't wait on streaming, bro. They paying niggas a fraction of a cent off your art.
Right.
But it's just another tool. You shouldn't be relying on that to make it, because that ain't no money.
No.
That money come late.
You're right. And that's what I think it is, because, you know, they used to talk about that going ghetto gold back then. But maybe we spoiled ourselves out.
It ain't ghetto gold, nigga. It's
now,
gold.
maybe that happened. Yeah, maybe we spoiled ourselves out. Maybe because, like, they looking like, why would I go sign with a major? I heard Jack and them say it, you know, Mess and them say it, like, if I could sell 100,000 around here at $13 a CD, and I'm getting
was really selling CDs.
Exactly.
Them niggas was putting their own shit in Rasputin's, and
right.
niggas going like, bro, me and my pops used to go to Rasputin's every week. So it's like, I know just out of Pop's pocket that you getting your shit sold. Why would I wait on streaming?
Right.
Bro, them niggas robbed us. Like, they got niggas thinking, bro,
they doing
fuck that. They took away CD players, and niggas just gave, like, bro, that's where the money is.
They need to bring them motherfuckers back, huh? CD players, records, all kind of shit.
I mean, you just have to find a way to sell your art. Like, you should never have to, like, bro, a CD is me passing it hand to hand.
Right.
Spotify is you having to go talk to another nigga to listen to my music.
That's
that
crazy.
I created in my house.
That's crazy.
How the fuck it go from my house to, oh, you gotta go get it from there? Imagine a nigga coming to your house for your music and you like, oh, you gotta go get it from there.
Yeah.
I can't get it from you, nigga. You made it.
You made it. It's yours.
Like, bro, that shit has to shift. And that's why artists is like losing right now, though, because we relying on another nigga pipeline to feed us.
Definitely.
Not for long.
Not I.
Hell no,
not
for
I,
long.
they say. Hey,
not for long.
Not for long. Hey, what's TBA, bro? That's what we doing with the ticketing. If you want to go see LaRussell, you have to come talk to LaRussell. You don't go talk to Ticketmaster to come to a LaRussell
Talk
show.
to TBA.
Come talk to me.
What's the website?
What's TBA, baby?
TBA.com. What is it?
You gotta holler at LaRussell if you want to come see LaRussell. Nigga, that's how it should be.
How you gonna call somebody else to see you, huh?
How you gonna call another nigga to come see me? That's not how it's gonna work here. You feel me? Like, that's why I love it. We're like reconditioning the consumer. If you want my art, if you want to see me, if you want to experience me, you should have to come through me.
That's the best way to go. To dictate your own shit. You gotta dictate it.
Come on.
Cause you let them do it, you see what happens. We see that picture over and over again.
Pay you 3 months later.
Man, for real.
Give me all your art. I'll pay you in 3 months, nigga.
A fraction of what you was gonna get. Yeah.
Of what? A fraction, and that's gonna be a fractional share. And don't you start complaining.
That's because they say the best robbers have on suits. You know they say they don't have no gun.
That's right. The best disguise.
Have on suits, man. They come dressed nice. And,
and it's something because, they take the bad part of it. And streaming is very revolutionary. I think it's very revolutionary for a nigga to get paid every time a nigga play their song. And I don't know what all goes into that to where the stream rate could be better or fixable, but I do feel like it's cheating. But I also feel like, bro, sell your own music, and then that's just the extra tool. That's some passive money, you feel me? But yeah, I don't know what goes into that shit, because I think it is revolutionary. A little bit crooked.
Right. It is. It's like it's like you was only 10 million people was gonna see you, so now I'm gonna let 1 billion people see you, but I'm gonna rob you to death, so you gonna make.
Right? I'm gonna tax you 1% for it.
Yeah.
And generally, the artist should get the bulk of the percent of their art, but in the streaming case, that's not correct, right?
Right.
In life, the artist should always get a bulk of the earnings from their art. That should make sense.
Because they put in a bulk of the work for their art. They put in their blood, sweat, and tears. So you're right. You're right. They should.
Shit is crazy. The artist should always walk away with the most. I don't care what you provide or what you do. Like the artist, like even when we do live sessions, like the artist percentage is always higher than everybody else in the crew that makes a profit. Like we split it, but it's like you're going to have the highest percentage as an artist and producer. Just naturally, it's your art. Right.
Yeah, that make all the sense. Honestly, that makes all the sense. That TBH, like I said, that shit is gonna go.
Hey, come on.
That shit gonna go somewhere.
Come on.
You're gonna have to get some Secret Service, man.
Mr. President is here, nigga.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need some Secret Service when they realize the billions that's gonna start getting.
I love it. I think it's a necessary change. Like, it's one of those things that sometimes we just do shit because, like, no one has made sense of it. And until a nigga say it in a way where it's like, well, yeah, I guess that, man, I agree, right? It just doesn't change because nobody can really explain it in a way that truly makes sense. But it's like, bro, we're not asking, like, labels and the ticketing flat for anything substantial. It's like, bro, just be fair.
Be fair. Look out.
Be sensical. Like, bro, like, it has to make sense. There's no way you look at these deals and these things and be like, this makes sense. And I guess they're like, it makes sense for my business. Right. But it's like when you do business with a nigga, you have to do what makes sense for y'all business. Right.
Both of y'all. Yeah. It's a give or take. It's a balance there. It's no balance. Like it's lopsided.
Right. And it's like, bruh, it's just got to be better respect for the artist. Like, I know there's a million things that has to happen for an artist to blow up, but it's like, no matter what you do, that shit don't work if I don't create what I create. So
facts.
Just there, we should be having a certain respect and conversation. It's like, bro, there's nothing to push the button on if a nigga don't make it.
Exactly. Yeah. I have to come with the product. You can sell a dream all day.
Bro.
Yeah, I got to come with the product. Yeah.
Bro, niggas care about the songs more than the songwriter.
Right.
Which is, and yeah,
You're right.
But that's always the case, bro. Most people love
just fighting for that balance,
dealer, nigga.
Mm-hmm. For sure. You fighting for that balance, but I think it's happening, it's shifting. And then I think artists I don't know, maybe some people they get kind of lazy with this internet because it's so easy to just put up. You see the views, you get a check. Dang, I ain't really had to do nothing. And so, like you said,
for that money.
So, like you said, use that as use streaming as just extra, icing on the cake or whatever. But that shouldn't stop you because one thing the companies are doing, they are putting your face in all these places around the world you wouldn't normally be in. Right. So that's also opportunity. So start jumping on your other opportunities.
Right.
Don't just sit still like I'm gonna just make this music. Man, everything get old.
You know what's crazy though is like even that be strategic on them. They're putting your face there for a fucking reason. That's your face. And they understand who your face is and what it's going to be. There's it's very strategic for them. Though it could look like, oh, we doing you the favor. No, nigga, this is my face.
Right. You doing yourself a favor with my face.
You feel me? Like, bro, this is my face.
Yeah, so I feel like artists need to attack them opportunities. Okay, well, if you is going to put me over there, when I get over there, I'm going to create something that don't got nothing to do with y'all while I'm there. Like, that's, right. That would be because now you getting your just due also. So if I'm getting used, I'm going to use you. We're going to use each other then. Let's make it beneficial for both. Like you said, balance it out.
See, and that's the thing where it's it's gotta be like we gonna help each other. You feel me? Right.
If everybody took that approach, or most people, we know everybody won't, but if most people took that approach in business, it would, you know what I'm saying? It would.
Everyone benefits from the success. But that's where, like, they don't treat you like that. Like, in music, they'll offer you a 360 deal, right? Mm-hmm. But in that 360 deal, they want a percent of everything you do, but they don't offer you a percent of everything they do. When, if I blow up, everyone's going to want to sign to you. Everybody going to want to fuck with you because they like, oh, bruh, he the one who put them. Like, you win, too. Why? Like, you know, I just did this album campaign with Even. And a bunch of artists now is tapping in and it's like, I want to do, so it's like, yeah, like artists have to think about what happens after you do it. You're building something as well.
Get some equity in that.
360 and you, bro, it should be the same.
Let me get a stock or two in that month. So when they sign to you, the people I bring,
out to Even, because they're revolutionary. Like they're one of the first companies that offer me equity.
Even
they understand.
Their name is Even. Shout out to Even.
And they seeing the results of what comes from this shit, and it's like brand building. Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even if you see, I just dropped the interview today. It was just an introduction to the channel. Like I said, the reason for this, I'm promoting like ownership. Get you some equity in whatever it is you doing, like how they did you. They understand. We can let him in on this, and look what it's going to bring us.
Come on.
We don't mind eating with you. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind eating with you, but you got them other companies that they don't want to eat.
Right.
We don't know. we gonna feed you. They don't want you to eat with them. They gonna feed you. They want to make your plate. So even. It's called Even. Even?
Yeah, it's called Even.
Even.
So
they forward thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Very forward thinking.
They forward thinking. So, you know, with that, like I like that. That's ownership. So right off the back now, everybody see what Even did for you. When they come, you still get a cut.
Come on. And
you supposed to.
Man. And shout out Even. So all the indie artists out there, like Even is a platform that allows you to still sell your album, because you should be able to sell your art and monetize it. It doesn't have to have a price on it. We don't have to do $10 albums no more. Let people choose. Make it offer based, and Even is a platform that has allowed me to do it. We sold over 3,000 albums, $75,000 worth of profit, still counting. And this is with just allowing people the freedom to buy art.
Because it's art. Because it's really art.
I don't set no price, bro. I just want the support. I don't care how you choose to do it, but it's like, come buy the art from me. You can enjoy it on Spotify too, but it's like, come to my crib first. You feel me?
For sure.
Knock at me, knock on my door first.
Right. And you're going to get a better experience when you do that.
A much grander
come to the backyard. You're going to get a better experience. They ain't going to feed you. They ain't going to feed you on Spotify.
Over there. Hey, we gonna make sure you
Pops them ain't cooking on Spotify, man.
Yeah. Come on. Buy the art from the artist. Shout out Even. It's not the same.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like, that's what I'm into. These kind of interviews I could do all day. Shit like this, numbers, business, and getting people ownership, or just educating them, because now it's some little kids that's going to watch you. They ain't signing that other shit. They know.
They going to be some dogs in them offices. Come on, what y'all doing? But that's so necessary, because it's bruh, eventually niggas won't have to be dogs, because it's just like, we just getting treated fair, so we don't have to come in with the bro, like, why you put that in the like, that don't make no sense, you feel me? Like, eventually it gets to a point where everybody's just doing great business.
Exactly.
And we all winning. Like, there's a huge place for the labels. There's a huge need. Let's do it fairly. Like, I shouldn't walk away with 12 to 18% of my art,
right?
Because you helped me. I don't give a fuck how much money you put up. It's my art. Like,
I feel like you should never have less than half of your art for real. But I mean, that's just
true, you know. And you should never.
Right. But you know how it go. You know it's the game.
But it's subjective. It depends. It depends on what's being created. Like, cause I look at like the breakdown for songs. Like, everyone doesn't get half. You feel me? It depends on what you did.
Right.
And
that's always that gray area. Depends on how much work you did to put in. We get that part.
Right, but yeah, in that space, when you're coming with a label, it's like, bro, you should just get half because I'm creating the product that you sell. It don't matter how much you put in and how much work you do. Nigga, the product don't exist without me.
I created this shit. I grew this shit.
Me, there's no product.
Yeah,
so
I grew this.
18%, no matter what.
Period. That shouldn't even be the bottom end of nothing. Yeah.
Right.
You're
and
right.
if anyone's getting the 18, it should never be the nigga making the product.
No.
Ever. You're selling my shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Why would I get 18?
I grew all this shit and then I'm going to get it at 18%.
Which is crazy that those deals are still in practice, right? Like those deals still exist. Like niggas are still getting a royalty rate. Like, you feel me? Like they offer you kind of like fucked up profit shares now, and that's like, hey, this is a good thing to do, and it's like those still ain't up to par.
Yeah, you're right.
Shit's wild.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's a cold game.
It's a cold game for sure. Yeah, it's a cold game for sure.
Hey.
I mean, shit, like I said, the shit you doing, yeah, it ain't gonna be cold for everybody.
Come on.
It's finna start warming up.
Come on, it's finna start heating up.
Yeah, so a lot of heaters and jackets and all that shit coming.
Love it.
So yeah, the shit you doing, yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate it though, for sure. Like, it's an interview I needed because like your principles align. You know what I'm saying? So I watch people. I'm gonna interview. It's the Bay for sure. So I'm gonna attack interviews because I want the platform for everybody and they can learn something, educated, whatever. But like it's different when your principles align. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see what a person is about. Like you wear it on your sleeve.
Come on.
So you know what I'm saying?
Heart on my sleeve. I'm in rare fashion.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to the backyard, man. We got to make an offer, man. Get to the backyard.
Come on through, man. Next season gonna be starting in April next year. And
April, that's my birthday.
So we ending the year
April.
with like some candlelit shit, but we gonna start the Hometown Hero series again next summer. And man, it's a hell of a time, man. You gotta come out. It's gonna be the best concert you ever been to in your entire life, nigga. I promise you.
Yeah, I'm coming. Especially, I want to see what food on the menu. I'm coming. I'm coming. We shouting out the food. We're going to shout out everybody. Everybody made it happen. Shout out G-Stacks again.
Shout out G-Stacks, man. Incredible
Shout out G-Stacks again. He put this together, man. Shout out TBA.
Shout out Whatstba. Shout out Even. Yeah, we building the future independence, the future commerce, the future business, the future life.
That's what's up. Shout out to Bay Area media, platforms, any other artists, y'all know, tap in.
Love it.
Hit me, SelfMade Tay 510 on IG, SelfMade Network on YouTube. Hit me, tap in, it's good.
It's green.
Yep. I appreciate it.
Yeah.